Apple's intense focus on various custom chipsets may counteract the risk of price increases for iPhone 18 Pro models due to skyrocketing memory costs. The industry as a whole has suffered as a result of the shortage of memory supplies. It is a shockwave that may make life financially difficult for both consumers and businesses, from distributors being compelled to buy RAM modules with every motherboard to NVIDIA allegedly stopping the bundling of VRAM chips with GPU dies. The iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max may become more expensive as a result of memory shortages, even though Apple has established a strong supply chain to prevent such occurrences. But the Cupertino company's work on its proprietary silicon might end up being the decisive element in this whole situation. According to a United Daily News story, Apple is having trouble with memory shortages, which may cause the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max to cost more next year. Depending on how successfully Apple can bargain with memory suppliers, an additional $50 or $100 increase may be in the works. The tech giant has already raised the price of its iPhone 17 series. Along with the iPhone 18 family, the business intends to release the iPhone Fold the following year, which will be Apple's first foldable flagship. In summary, it will be an expensive series when it launches in 2026, and the memory shortage scenario makes things worse. Fortunately, Apple has adopted a different approach and expanded the quantity of bespoke chips in its handsets, whereas other phone manufacturers must acquire every component from several vendors. First off, the A20 and A20 Pro will only be utilized in the iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone 18 Pro Max, iPhone Fold, and the regular iPhone 18, which is supposedly going to be rebranded as the iPhone 20 when it launches in 2027 alongside the iPhone 18e. Although these SoCs will be more costly than the A19 and A19 Pro due to TSMC's 2nm process, Apple will ultimately save money because it won't have to pay a premium to Qualcomm or MediaTek. What further measures can Apple take to keep the price of the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max from rising during the memory shortage? This year, the iPhone 16e and iPhone Air were equipped with the C1 and C1X 5G modems. The C2 is reportedly under development and will probably be included in the whole lineup of the iPhone 18. According to reports, TSMC's outdated 4nm technology would be used to mass-produce the next-generation baseband chip, saving Apple millions on wafer costs. The C1 5G modem in the iPhone 16e is estimated to save the corporation $10 per unit sold. In addition to avoiding paying Qualcomm royalties for using its patented technology, this means that Apple will collect a staggering $220 million in savings based on the previous iPhone 16e shipments total of 22 million devices. The N1 wireless chip, which made its debut with the iPhone 17 models, comes next. Apple has its own solutions ready for deployment, so it won't have to pay Broadcom or any other company a dollar whether it stays with the N1 or launches the N2 for the iPhone 18. Instant Digital asserts that the iPhone 18 Pro Max will be somewhat heavier and thicker than the iPhone 17 Pro Max in a post on the Chinese microblogging platform Weibo. Additionally, the leaker stated that this year's Max and next year's model will differ by about 10 grams, indicating that it would weigh about 243 grams. As a result, it would weigh roughly 3 grams more than the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is now the heaviest iPhone ever. However, the release of the iPhone 18 Pro Max is still quite a ways off, as we are just in November. There is plenty of time for things to change because it won't be released until September of next year. Although the iPhone 17 Pro models were both heavier than their predecessors, there was no explanation provided for why the iPhone 18 Pro Max may be heavier either. It's probable that the iPhone 18 Pro versions are heavier and thicker than this year's models in order to boost battery capacity, which most consumers presumably wouldn't mind. Nevertheless, this disclosure is bad news for me because I belong to the thin and light party. However, I'm treating this with a grain of salt for the time being because, as I mentioned, there is still plenty of time before the iPhone 18 Pro is released. 1. It's possible that the iPhone 18 will be the first phone with complete satellite communication. Satellite communication has been accessible, albeit with restrictions, since it debuted on the iPhone 14 in 2022. The information claims that Apple intends to offer 5G networks that aren't tethered to Earth's surface, which includes satellites next year, which would give the iPhone full internet access over satellite. The iPhone 18 may be released in the spring of 2027 with the iPhone 18e, according to reports that Apple may alter the release schedule for the conventional iPhone models. The new folding iPhone will follow the fall release timeline of the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max. With that new cycle in place, the iPhone 18 Pro and the first foldable iPhone may introduce satellite connectivity in 2026. So, that's all we know for now. We'll be sure to keep you updated as soon as we have more information. Thanks for watching.